streamlining workflows, reclaiming stretched resources, and unlocking new opportunities for modernization. How can banks across Europe leverage the benefits of cloud and managed services deployment offers to remain competitive, agile, and ahead of the curve? Juggling industry pressures, changing regulations, and evolving customer demands pushes banks to the bandwidth. However, cloud and managed services are helping to alleviate resource constraints and boost operational efficiencies.
So banks are increasingly choosing cloud technologies and managed services over traditional on-prem deployments so that they can focus on what being a bank actually is, and that is providing market-leading products and propositions to their customers.
For banks seeking such efficiencies, cloud and managed services providers offer scalable solutions with a more predictable cost structure.
The main driver of managed services from a cloud actually has to do a lot with economics. Having a managed service, renting a service that's scalable, that's well managed, is a very important part of banking and the evolution of the business model, particularly around cost factors. It's the old substitution of capital expenditures for operating expenditures, and that shift in dynamic is one of the main things that's going on that is driving cloud adoption.
A financial institution should look at TCO, total cost of operations. What I found is 60% of that TCO is BAU. We love acronyms. Business as usual. Keeping the lights on, just running the place, right? So if you can lower your BAU to 20, 30, 40, that is investment money that you can now spend for client experience, to meet regulations, to keep up with, the Joneses.
As the banking industry faces intensifying pressure from competitors and changing European regulations, resource-saving cloud and managed service deployment offers empower banks across Europe not to only meet current requirements, but go further to modernize and innovate.
I love to ask financial institutions, what don't you want to do anymore? What do you want to be good at? And what don't you want to do? If you don't want to be good at certain kinds of commodity payment transactions, let somebody else do that for you. Let them do it as a service in the cloud. Frees up your floor, your operations, your IT. You're now paying by transaction. You're not maintaining capacity. You can now take those extra dollars and invest them in innovation, client experience, whatever would be your priority.
So banks are increasingly using managed services and cloud technology so that they can focus on what is a core proposition to a bank. And they are current accounts, savings, mortgages, credit cards. And by outsourcing or by using managed services, it allows banks really to focus on giving the best service to their customers without that overhead of running complex payments infrastructures themselves.
So the adoption of cloud is not just about infrastructure. It has to do with a fundamental change in value and how banks approach business. Technology is an enabler. It's really about the maturity of the business and the more sophisticated technologies that cloud can enable. The question is not just about hosting. It's really about the modernization of the approach to business.
Whilst service models pave the way toward more intelligent, efficient banking, it's not to say the journey isn't without its challenges. There are factors banks need to consider throughout to ensure the best approach for their business.
The big challenges come about through how the order in which things get done. It's a prioritization. And some of that is technical and some of that's business driven. But fundamentally, the cloud is a broad set of technologies that really help banks modernize what they do in a business sense, and that's the main driver. In selecting a cloud provider, it's very important to really consider the control plane. How is this going to be managed? What's the best approach? And who is my best partner? It really is a partnership.
Cloud and managed services show great promises for the future of banking across Europe. They ensure operational efficiency, flexibility, and security, whilst focusing on their core business and ultimately driving customer value. Banks must, however, take time to choose the right cloud provider and prioritize their roadmap effectively to ensure a smooth outsourcing process.